I really, really do not want to make a video like this. And by this point, it's been eating away inside me for hours. I couldn't even get any work done today because of it. Not that the fact that I had to also have my bathroom fixed, there was also that. So, I've decided that if you're watching this video today, it's the only one you're going to be getting. Because apparently, this is all just really, really important that this could actually determine the future of not just me, but everyone on YouTube, whether you are a viewer or whether you're a creator. My name is Jose, but I'm best referred as Megaman NG. And this video is about regarding the whole YouTube and COPPA situation that we creators are right now at an impasse. I kid you not, we are truly at an impasse. Basically, I'll provide a summary of this whole thing. But remember, I'm not like having this all be a bit of fluff, because I am providing, like, there is some information that you can find in the description, links to videos, articles, and what you can do to help. What you can do to let the FTC know that what they're doing currently, what they plan to do, is wrong. Is going to end up doing more harm than good. So, why don't we get started? Because I'll start with providing the summary, as well as what could possibly happen, and my opinion. So, let's get this on the road. Basically, to make a long story short, YouTube was fined, and as well as Google, was fined by the Federal Trade Commission for a $170 million fine, as it was part of a settlement case because YouTube and Google was pretty much collecting personal data in regards to children, aka people under the age of 13. And that is pretty much a big no-no because they violated the COPPA Act, aka the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. They violated it, and it had been going like this for quite a while. And the worst part is that, well, YouTube let this happen. They let it happen, and it was just really, really upsetting. And it didn't help that we as creators are now going to end up paying the price. The matter has already been settled. It already has. But unfortunately, what YouTube decided to do is to make all of us creators liable. Basically, they're throwing us under the bus like they always do. Exactly. I mean, I find this all a bunch of bollocks. It still is. They just want to wipe their hands clean off all this. But I've been reading up and finding information, and it's a lot more bigger than people realize. So, yeah, because of this, YouTube has now started to force changes onto all creators. And I was able to make screenshots of many of these. And there are many screenshots. One of the most noticeable, which I'm right now checking on my computer, right now, mind you, is that at the settings, basically, you're given a choice. A unironic choice. Basically, you have to choose between whether your content is made for kids or not. The third option being that you can pretty much review the setting for every video you own. Now, for those that have like very few videos, you could pretty much do that no sweat. But for many of us who've uploaded a lot over the span of several years, that means you're going to be in for a problem. And I already made up my mind. I already set my channel as not made for kids. I started doing YouTube when I was 21 years old, when I was pretty much still in college. And I never upload any content that's made for kids. But throughout the years, I've been doing like a lot of content that has attracted a big of an audience. Hence why if you're seeing my analytics right now, basically my content, or rather my demographics, is pretty much around adults, ages 25, or rather 18 to 24, and 25 to 34. They cover up 2/3 of what my viewership is. And now YouTube decides to say it's not going to matter because if the content you made is made for kids, we're going to punish you regardless. And speaking of which, yeah, if you choose for whatever reason set this channel to be made for kids, well, be prepared to lose a lot because let's just say that you're probably going to be screwed over more times than not. I am not kidding. And I only say that, I'm not saying this because I'm like lying to you or anything. I say this because this is a legit. Whether you mark a video or a channel that's meant for kids, it's not going to, the video, or rather mark a video, it'll have no notifications, comments will be disabled, it will not be searchable, and it will not be suggested and or recommended, and your video will probably be making 90% less revenue. And the worst part about this, all of this can apply when you mark an older video as well. That's the really scary part about it all. That's the really scary thing because, yeah, YouTube has pretty much put us at a crossroads. A very big crossroads. You guys know I upload video games on YouTube. And my content applies to all ages, but it's mostly for adults because of my demographic. But I always have this worry or dread that for some reason it could also be targeting kids as well, which is, at first I didn't really take it that too seriously. And if you don't believe me on this next screenshot will. Basically, this is from my recent video that I did yesterday of Samurai Showdown, a game that is not meant for kids. It's meant for mostly teens and adults, but the game's rated M for mature. Who am I to judge? And it's not made for kids. Basically, it's also set on the upload beta where you have to actually not only determine if your video is made for kids, but also the age restriction as well. So basically, yeah, this is just really messy. It really is. And it doesn't end there. Because YouTube is now forcing all these changes, and we have to comply, all of us creators have to comply with them. Meaning that, yeah, any video you upload must either be made for kids or not. It's not just for every video, but also the channel, which I've already shown. But the FTC wants to force this onto YouTube in January of 2020. That's in 2 months from now. About a few weeks from now. And if it does go through the way it is, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC, will be checking through every video. And if if any video in question is found in violation of it, guess what? Now, before I mention what this is, I don't even know if it's legit or not because there's been a lot of misinformation about it all. But long story short, basically, you could face fines of up to $42,000 per video. I am not kidding at all. This is some really serious stuff. This time, this is not just any old adpocalypse. This is one that would pretty much end it all. And the worst part is, like I said, all on YouTube, but the government has finally decided to get involved. And yeah, it's actually gotten a lot worse. It's messed up. And for many of us creators like myself, who barely even make that much, you could say it's going to bankrupt us. And I, for one, don't want to deal with that. And I really am meaning it. Now it's basically a situation that it's going to be leading into an exodus, where many creators are going to have to either delete videos or pretty much just call it quits and just leave YouTube altogether. However, personally, it's just, I don't know if it's a scare tactic or anything like that, but all of this is just really terrifying. All of this is just really scary. And the worst part about this is that, yeah, like I said, YouTube brought it all on themselves, leaving us to clean up the mess. They want to wipe their hands clean off this whole predicament, and pretty much they just want to move on. Even now, they're still doing this, and the worst part has been happening for years. And it took the FTC this long to actually do something. I will commend the FTC for doing what is right to protect children, but the problem is the COPPA Act, currently as it is now, is only going to do a lot more harm than good. Now, I'm not saying it because it's all full of fluff. I have in the description below links to a lot of different information that you could check up. You have 2 Filters article on the whole mess, several videos like from the mysterious Mr. Enter who pretty much detailed COPPA down, and it's a very good and informative video. There's also J House Law's video on COPPA. And yes, this guy is a lawyer, and he also is, many creators are actually going to Washington to get in touch with the Federal Trade Commission to see if maybe, just maybe, they would hear out. And thankfully, the FTC does give us the option, give us the choice to leave comments. I'm not kidding. That's why many of us creators are spreading the word out, letting people know that there is a chance. And the FTC is giving us this opportunity to leave comments on specific pages. Like, for example, they're opening comments to speak about this, and it's found on regulations.gov. The link's in the description below for anyone interested. And you have until December 9th. So if you wish to provide your thoughts on this, maybe find a way to tell them that they should reconsider, now is the time. You only have about, say, 2 weeks. There's only 2 weeks left, and if things go through the way it is, it could lead to the beginning of the end for all of us. There's also a petition going on right now that it's actually made by J-House Law, by the way. Yeah, the same guy who had made the video about it, how COPPA, and how he's going now to Washington. They made the petition to say family-friendly content on YouTube, and it's, as of now, over 400,000 signatures. I've already signed the petition, and I've already shared it around with as much as I can. But it would really help if you could sign the petition, share it around, not to mention they're opening, the FTC is opening comments so that way we can actually provide our opinion and tell them that maybe they should reconsider. It's in the description below. Like I said, you have till December 9th, and I've already left my comments. The only thing I hope for is that the FTC does reconsider, because as it is right now, it's just bad all throughout. That's why many of us creators are in a panic. I, for one, originally at first thought that I was going to sit around and fight, but then I realized that this is the law, or this is the government. The U.S. government, which, truth be told, they really don't understand how we creators are. How we creators are the lifeblood of this website. And how they will pretty much take it all away. I've already endured an adpocalypse or two. I already endured the first one by 2017. And I already endured one again a year later due to some guy named Matt Watson. Some douche nozzle. And now this. I am not going anywhere. I am still going to continue uploading video game content, but you're also going to notice that I'm going to be a bit vulgar. A bit light on the vulgar side, because honestly, I'm kind of sick of it. I'm kind of sick of all being this family-friendly thing, because I realized that it was going to end up doing more harm to my sanity. And I worry for my channel so much, because this is my life. I put 13 years on this, and to see it all be taken away because the government simply wants to regulate what we do, when in truth, that this is only going to be a problem. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. And no, I want to seek legal counsel, but I can't even afford a lawyer. I can't even afford a lawyer either. So I'm left with a little option. So this is why I made this video to begin with. I made this video because I want people to be made aware. This is serious. I wanted to do this sooner, but I never had the time. Thankfully, I did, because my brain's already itching out inside and all that jazz. What I am going to say is pretty simple. Spread the word about this. Share this video around. Watch the videos that I've listed in the description so that way you be made aware. Sign the petition. Let the FTC know that they should reconsider this. Reconsider not going after creators. If anyone that should be taking accountability, it's YouTube themselves. Which is why pretty much, yes, I want to make sure that you guys are made aware, because what happens now may determine the fate of YouTube and everybody else in the end. And I am not one to make decisions for you. This is very serious. And I really should have done this video sooner. But with how much time we have left, I don't have much of a choice. And I'm speaking this from the heart because, yeah, I'm not fooling around. I'm not making excuses. As a creator, I want to continue doing what I love, and that's to make people happy. And my audience is pretty straightforward based on my analytics. But now all of it can be taken away because the government says otherwise. And the worst part is that YouTube will pretty much wipe their hands off clean of this and make it look like nothing happened. When in truth, they should be held accountable. They should be held accountable for what happened. And unfortunately, they're going to pretty much get away with this scot-free. And we end up paying the price. So all I ask is that you please let the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, know. Let them know that they shouldn't go through with this. Leave comments there, but most importantly, be civilized, be respectful, because they don't want to hear someone being all disrespectful, saying things really stupid like when it's the fate of all of us creators at stake. I mean, people are like, there's a lot of misinformation. I'm trying to figure out all the facts, but this is all just one big nightmare that I wish it could end, but it can't. I am not one at liberty to judge or decide. So hopefully that you guys see this video, you share it around, and you let everyone know what's going on. Because this is important. And yeah, I apologize if I'm sputtering and whatnot, because trying to find the right words for this is difficult. It really is. And now, with how serious this is, we're running out of time. And I want to make sure that everyone is aware of this. And I want everyone to do their part, because this isn't just for creators. This is also on viewers as well who watch the site. Because I mean it. Things may change for the worst if something isn't done. Or if the FTC decides to go through with it as it is. Because the COPPA Act has been around since 1998. But went into law in 2000. And it would change like every 10 years. The last time they tried it was in 2013. And now, 6 years later, because of the settlement, they're now trying to force this onto YouTube. When clearly YouTube should be held accountable and not the creators. Because we creators don't have access to this stuff. We just upload videos and provide our honest feelings on whatever comes to mind. And now we're about to pay the price for what they did. I can't even afford a lawyer if I wanted to. I'm going to be honest. I will update you guys on this whole thing. And if anything does change, you guys will be the first to know. I will provide whatever information that I will have as video form. I also would like to say that if anyone has it in their heart, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I mean it, because with how YouTube is and how bad things are going to turn out in the future, I need all the support I can get. And also to make sure to follow me on the social media links below. It is important. It is important if you want to know what I'll be doing. And hopefully, I hope that the Federal Trade Commission will consider, after hearing us, hearing the people that speak, because we are doing what we can, because this is a fight. This is a fight for our right to make content regardless. And the worst part about this is that it may be a losing battle, but it won't stop us from trying. The FTC needs to hear what we have to say on this. They need to reconsider, because if not, things could actually go from bad to worse. I said all I need to say about it. The information and everything's in the description below. And my opinion on this is simple. It's just one big mess. A big mess that by the time it's over, it's going to end up doing a lot more harm than good. And COPPA as it is pretty, if it's gone as is, it's going to do a lot more harm than good. I'm not kidding. I already said that twice, but you kind of get the idea. So I've said what I need to say. If you value the creators that you watch, including myself, please make sure to read up on everything. Follow the information and everything's in the description below. I just need to get my mind out of all this. So, yes, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And I hope you guys share this video around, sign the petition, leave comments to the FTC, etc. We need our voice to be heard. And we need to tell FTC to please reconsider. Please reconsider, because with COPPA as is, this could actually pretty much be the end of YouTube. This adpocalypse has been going on for a long time, and I feel this will be the final nail in the coffin for everyone.